Hey guys, welcome to another video on Explainer Zone. So as we all know, the CERB or the Canada Emergency Response Benefit is gone, but COVID-19 has not. So CERB is now being replaced with EI for those who qualify for EI and for those who do not qualify for EI, which is currently estimated to be about 2 million people. The Canada Recovery Benefit or the CRB and the Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit or CRSB and the Canada Recovery Caregiving Benefit or CRCB are being made available to provide support during these difficult times. So in this video, let us look at the Canada Recovery Benefit or the CRB and go through all the details that are available regarding eligibility, payment options, application procedure, etc. on the Government of Canada website. But before we begin, a quick disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor and this is just a YouTube video for educational and entertainment purposes. So what is CRB? The Canada Recovery Benefit, CRB, gives income support to employed and self-employed individuals who are directly affected by COVID-19 and are not entitled to employment insurance benefits. So I think the eligibility requirements for the EI program have been relaxed a little bit temporarily. So CRB is designed to help people who are not eligible for the EI program after the relaxed eligibility criteria. The CRB is administered by the Canada Revenue Agency, CRA. If you are eligible for the CRB, you can receive $1,000, $900 after taxes withheld for a 2-week period. So looks like in the case of CRB, unlike CERB, if someone is eligible, they'll be receiving their money after a deduction of about 10% as tax. So about $900 for a 2-week period. Now in my opinion, this can be looked at as both a good thing and a bad thing. In the case of CERB, there was no tax deducted at source, so that means tax has to be paid later and the amount of tax to be paid depends on the amount of money someone made during the year. While this can be good because it leaves more money in our hands, it is also possible to overspend and regret later. If your situation continues past 2 weeks, you will need to apply again. You may apply up to a total of 13 eligibility periods or 26 weeks, so approximately about 6 months, between September 27, 2020 and September 25, 2021. Coming to who can apply, to be eligible for the CRB, you must meet all the following conditions for the 2-week period you are applying for. During the period you are applying for, you are not working for reasons related to COVID-19 or you have a 50% reduction in your average weekly income compared to the previous year due to COVID-19. So there is an example on the website which shows you how to calculate 50% reduction. And the next condition is that you did not apply for or receive any of the following: Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit, CRSB, Canada Recovery Caregiving Benefit, CRCB, Short-Term Disability Benefits, Workers' Compensation Benefits, Employment Insurance Benefits, and Quebec Parental Insurance Plan Benefits. You are not eligible for EI benefits, and the eligibility conditions for EI are listed here on the website. You reside in Canada, which by definition mentioned on the website means you live and have a home in Canada but do not have to be a citizen or a permanent resident. You are present in Canada, which I am thinking means you are physically present in Canada for the 2-week period you are applying for. You are at least 15 years old. You have a valid social insurance number. You earned at least $5,000 in 2019, 2020, or in the 12 months before the date you apply from any of the following sources: employment income, total or gross pay, net self-employment income after deducting expenses, maternity and parental benefits from EI or similar QPIP benefits. You have not quit your job or reduced your hours voluntarily on or after September 27, 2020 unless it was reasonable to do so. Now I am not personally sure how it is going to be determined if it is reasonable or not. You are seeking work during the period either as an employee or in self-employment. There is a provincial course exception for this, which says if you attended a course, program, or training referred to you by a provincial government or provincial body during the 2-week period, you may be eligible for the CRB if you also meet all the other eligibility criteria. You may also work while receiving the CRB, but the CRB has an income threshold of $38,000, and we will talk more about this in the next section. You have not turned down reasonable work during the 2-week period you are applying for. So those were the conditions for eligibility for CRB. Moving on to how much you can get, as discussed in the beginning of this video, the Canada Recovery Benefit, CRB, provides a payment of $1,000 before taxes withheld for each 2-week period that you apply for. After the CRA withholds a 10% tax at source, the actual payment you get is $900 per 2-week period. So as mentioned before, this is slightly different from the CERB. Impact on your taxes. The 10% tax withheld at source may not be all the tax you need to pay. When you complete your personal income tax return, you may need to pay more or less depending on how much income you earned. You must report the CRB payments that you receive as income when you file your personal income tax return. The CRA will provide you with a T4A tax information slip at tax time for the amount you received in CRA administered COVID-19 benefits. How your income affects what you keep. You may earn employment or self-employment income while you receive the CRB, but to make sure the benefit reaches those who need it most, there is a difference in how much you can keep if you earn more than $38,000 in the calendar year. This amount excludes CRB payments. You will have to reimburse 50 cents of the CRB for every dollar of net income you earned above $38,000 on your income tax return. You will not have to pay back more than your benefit amount for that year. This will be due at the same time as your income tax return for the year. So if your net income excluding CRB is over $38,000, you will have to reimburse 50 cents of the benefit for every dollar of net income that you earned above $38,000. If your net income is $38,000 or less, you will not have to reimburse the CRB. Coming to periods you can apply for, as mentioned in the beginning, each Canada Recovery Benefit eligibility period is a specific 2-week period. It begins and ends on specific dates. The CRB does not renew automatically. You must apply for each period between September 27, 2020 and September 25, 2021 separately. You can apply for a maximum of 13 periods out of the total 26 periods available, and the 13 periods do not have to be taken consecutively. Which periods you should apply for? You may apply for any period that you are eligible for. If you meet all the eligibility criteria for the entire 2-week period, the earliest you can apply is the first Monday after the 2-week period has ended. You may apply for benefits retroactively for any period up to 60 days after that period has ended. How to apply? Applications are not open yet and are scheduled to open on October 12, 2020. And the easiest way to apply will be online through CRA My Account. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell if you would like to be notified about any of the future CRB update videos I publish on this channel. Coming to payment options, while direct deposit payments take about 3 to 5 business days, a check takes about 10 to 12 business days. The CRB does not renew automatically, so in order to keep getting your payments, you must reapply after each 2-week period up to a maximum of 13 periods. To confirm the number of periods you have already received the CRB, you can review your application history in CRA My Account under COVID-19 Support Payment Application Details. You must continue to meet all the CRB eligibility criteria to keep receiving the benefit. You can ensure that by checking that you're still eligible every time you reapply. There's also some information on the website regarding how you can repay the CRB amount if you received CRB by any kind of error. Along with, I think, a very important note to beware of fraudulent emails, texts or calls claiming to be from the CRA about repaying the CRB or requesting personal information, so make sure to check that out. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please share it with people you know that may need this information so it can help them as well. I talk about investing and everything related to personal finance on this channel, so if you're interested in that kind of content, you should definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will know when I post my next video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.